It's a piece of cake to make a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy. Yo peoples, Kyushu92 here with yet another One Piece chapter reaction and review. It's starting to become a recurring theme for these chapters to start to come out the day after Thursday, because it used to come out Thursday and sometimes they would even come out Wednesday, but today is Friday, so now we get the latest chapter. Anyway, One Piece chapter 880, No Way Out. And what do we have on the cover page? One Piece magazine's super popular serialized story novel Straw Hat Crew is not only getting a large-scale exclusive art project, but will also be going on sale with the 87th volume as One Piece novel Straw Hat Stories. Dropping in on the lives of the Straw Hat Grand Pirate Fleet Volume 14, Psy Arc, and here it was thinking I'd make him my 26th husband. So, Psy's previous fiancée, who beat him badly because he wanted to break off his engagement because I believe he wants to get married to Baby 5 instead, was apparently she was going to make Psy her 26th husband. Like, the only person I've seen that had that many husbands was Big Mom. And she's surrounded by a bunch of guys who are waiting on her hand and foot. I can't remember what her name is. It was O something. It started with an O. But surrounded by all these guys, and she's in some place called the Husband Club. Kind of interesting. But moving on to the next page. Come on, let's go. Let's see what happens, because last we left off, we were seeing Katakuri facing off with Luffy, and Katakuri was kind of one-upping Luffy a little bit. But we'll see how far that limit goes. And pardon the slight delay in between. What the... Oh, these are all the warlords dressed up as Germa. Wait, didn't we see this already? Was it the Straw Hats that were dressed up as Germa? I think it was the last time, this is fan art, mind you, but fan art that I seen where the Straw Hats were dressed up in Germa gear, and now the Shichibukai are dressed up in Germa gear as well. Alright, what's the Cake Squad up to? Kako Island, Chocolate Town. Lady Pudding! Lady Chiffon! Fluffy Minister! It's okay, Chiffon here wasn't the culprit behind the mutiny. Her husband, Gang Beige, is the one to blame. Okay, let me make sure my page is fully rendered. It is! Okay, I just want to make sure. I'm so sorry, Chiffon. At the moment, the story is that I'm threatening you, so you're forced to make this cake with me. It's okay, Pudding. I know what people think of me. So apparently Pudding is bringing in Chiffon, making it appear like she captured Chiffon because she was making it... Pudding is bringing in Chiffon to make it seem like she captured her from the mutiny of Capone Gang Beige. Moving on. And sorry for the delay when I record. It sort of reduces the reaction time with my computer when it comes to moving things. My Lady Pudding, all that's happened today. I heard the story. Do you think your joyous wedding celebration was dashed by the barging in of the Straw Hats and Beige's revolt? Yes, but there's no helping what already happened. And Mama's flown into such a rage. Indeed, her rage and hunger may yet destroy this country itself. Have the arrangements been made? About an hour ago, 31 chefs arrived from Whole Cake Island. As the bride, you're the one affected the most by this incident, and yet... Leave it to me. I won't let Mama destroy this country. Pudding! So she's putting on her cute face and everyone is just awestruck by it. Like, oh, she's the best thing in the world! Alright. We've been waiting for you. Whole Cake Island's 31 chefs. Lady Pudding! We've begun the initial preparations. Chocolate Town Sweets Factory. Ooh, nice. Townspeople, I have a request for all of you. We're betting our lives and the very fate of this country on this cake. We need to be able to focus as best as we can. Please, do not peek inside the factory during the preparations and do not allow anyone that arrives here, regardless of who they may be, to peek either. What kind of plan does she got in mind? Okay, we hear you, Lady Pudding. Best of luck. Now Sanji shouldn't get spotted. Chefs, come in one at a time, please. Kitchen 1 head chef Boosh. Ooh, Kitchen 1 head chef Boosh reporting for duty. And she rips the memory of him walking in out of the dude's head. Inside the factory. Oi, I'm coming out. Phew, there you are. Thanks. We're pretty short on time, so I drew up a diagram for the design of the cake while I was wrapped up in there. You remember what it looked like? More or less. Yo, Sanji got that photographic food memory. What? I get that you know what it looked like. But how do you have any idea what it was made with? By its smell. And she has like this surprised, shadowed face on her. Like, yo, Sanji got that nose. Alright, snap to it, every minute counts. Oh, Pudding's decked out in some chef gear, and Sanji's heart struck by it. Whoa, Pudding looks so cute as a cook. Lady, what happened? And she passed out. Lady, what happened? She's laying on a bed with a bag of ice over her head, and she's bleeding from the nose because of what Sanji said. Let's give it our best, Mr. Husband. Mr. Husband. Yeah, that name's gonna stick now. I removed the incident today from the chef's memories. In other words, as they're concerned, our ceremony went off without a hitch and we're married. However, due to the unforeseen bad weather, the wedding cake was ruined. Mama got mad and now we have to remake it as fast as possible. That's the story we're working with. Their memories of making the cake for the first time are still there. Clear as ever. Those will be quite helpful. Gotcha. Who in the world drew up this diagram and wrote out this recipe? Let me know if I got anything wrong, okay? Mr. Husband, you did this? It's absolutely perfect. You even included the hidden flavors that Struzen took over a week to come up with. I heard you were quite skilled, but this is something else, mister. Like, the fact that Sanji not only fully remembers what the cake looks like, but recognizes every single ingredient in the cake by smell alone. Dude, how come you're not a crime scene investigator? And oddly enough, this cake-making process will be both of your first cooperative tasks as a married couple. She literally her head just burst into flames and fell over. Pudding cannot handle the thought of being with Sanji. She is so... Oh boy. You're right, huh? Makes me blush. Yo! Sanji is the calm one out of these two. When it comes to him being known as a married couple. When the notion of him being known as a married couple is presented to him. He's the calm one. Pudding can't handle it. Her head just literally set on fire and she fell over unconscious again. Okay. Whoa, oh no, what's the matter, Mrs. Pudding? Quit it, you'll kill her! Yeah, oh, wow, that was horrible. Sorry, I was swallowing. Yeah, married couple, how cute. If you try to order me around as a husband, I'll strangle you, Sanji. And she's flipping him off. Why you doing that, Pudding? Why you doing that, Pudding? Ladies don't need to flip nobody off. Especially when you got somebody like Sanji. I'm just imagining Uncle Ruckus reading One Piece. Get these things together quickly as possible. Get these things together as quickly as possible. Now, homogenized milk, sugar beets, bananas, black sesame, roasted soybean powder, and yogurt. Lots of it. Roger, my dear. This is a race against the clock. Chiffon, the baking of that huge chiffon cake, and Pudding, the tempering of the chocolate. Can both of you work in 2 hours and 40 minutes? I'll put my secret plan into motion then. I'll show people the true face of sweetness. I'll take them to paradise. Yo! Sanji's about to cook it up! I'm sorry, that was a One Piece 4 Kids reference. I will never do it again. But Sanji's about to go in on his food. The true face of sweetness? We'll set sail in 3 hours, and while the cake is cooling, we'll add the decorations at sea. We'll have the ultimate cake ready by the time we rendezvous with the Sunny. I see. No time wasted, huh? But we'll be so rushed. You have no choice. Do you want Mama to raise this place to the ground? We're so sorry. We'll follow your lead. I gotta make this one. For the ones that save Lola. My specialty, the heavenly fluffy chiffon cake. All right, let's cook. Just you wait, you lot. I'll show you real attack cooking. I gotta help Sanji and the others escape with my sweet, sweet chocolate. Yo, we got some of the best chefs cooking a cake to save the Straw Hats. And back in the mirror world, we're back for round 2 of the grudge match between the Gum Gum and the Mochi Mochi. So you're alive still. You're still alive, huh, Brother Sparrow? Good, just barely. Right now, I'm chasing after their ship with Mama. They're determined little cowards. I see. What a miserably pathetic end. Pedro, I mean. Oi. Are you even listening, Straw Hat? And Luffy is still unconscious. Oi. Brûlé. Yeah! Yes, brother. How long do you plan on dozing off? As long as you're asleep, those soldiers are still stuck here. Come on, load up the next page. I gotta know what happens. He probably thought he'd gallantly protect his crew. But look at this poor captain. Take the soldiers with you and go set fire to his ship or something. Apparently, it's still undamaged. And Luffy just popped out of consciousness. I will, brother. Sister Brûlé, we found a mirror that can connect to the Straw Hat ship, and there should be 1 or 2 more. All right, let's go. I can't wait for Mama to crush them as they run about confused and terrified by the fire. And I also caught up fully on the One Piece anime, so now I know how Brûlé and everyone sounds. And Luffy's still conscious, and he punches in the direction of where the mirrors are. Whoa, that was close. What? Luffy, what you about to do, man? What you about to do? What's he about to do? Come on, load up. Give me that mirror! Don't you dare lay a hand on them! Oh, we got more kids of the Charlotte family. 34th Charlotte. 34th Charlotte Mascarpone? And 29th Charlotte daughter. 34th Charlotte son Mascarpone. And 29th Charlotte daughter Mascarpone. I can't say that. I'm sorry. But he gets bodied again by Katakuri. What happened to our one-on-one, Straw Hat? Oi, what happened to our one-on-one? Mugiwara. And I guess the Mascarpone and Mascarpone are twins because they both have the same type neck. Long neck tribe siblings, maybe? I don't know. I don't know no tribes. And oh wow, he's hit him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 legs made out of mochi, all covered in hockey too. Crazy. You're the one that needs to stop laying hands on our brothers and sisters. Yo, and he's about to stomp him, but Luffy's avoiding it. Mirrors. Oi, Nami! Oh, he's calling out to the crew. Come on. Inside Totland at sea. Jinbei, can you hear me? Someone respond. Luffy, it's me. Are you okay? Wow, here come more! And everyone's screaming outside, with Jinbei still piling in the ship. There are still a few mirrors left on board, right? In the men's quarters and the bathroom? Break them all into smithereens! Come on, load up. What are you saying? We can't. You won't be able to come back. I know, but I'll figure out something. I'll make do. Wow, the room's on fire. Water, get water. This is bad. Fire arrows are flying out of the mirror and cannon fire from the seas. Stop. And all this, like, Brûlé, Mascarpone, and Mascarpone are laughing at the fact that they're setting fire to the ship. You jerks, but Katakuri is still bodying Luffy and making sure that he can't retaliate. Come on, come on. I want to know what happens next. I am so hyped for this. Luffy, are you okay? Everyone's going to the ship. Follow me. Quickly, break them. All of them. They're coming after you and I can't stop them all. I need to focus on this guy. Everyone, all the mirrors on board. You need to... Nami, this is bad. We can't outrun that. Whoa! Nami, this is bad. We can't outrun that. A tsunami? Hey, Luffy. I'm sorry. I think we're done for. What? Hold on. I need to extend this page. So, Big Mom infused some of her soul into a part of the sea. And now a giant anthropomorphic tsunami is about to come down on the Sunny. Absolute power and absolute despair. Chapter 880, end. What a chapter! Wow. So, there's so much going on. We still got a little bit of the fight with Katakuri versus Luffy. We got Sanji, Chiffon, and Pudding congregating on Chocolate Town in order to make the cake, and then they're probably gonna, they said that they're gonna make the rest of it on the way, like add on the finishing touches on the way so they can save on time, have it ready so that Big Mom can be appeased. And then we have like the rest of the Straw Hats trying to get away from Big Mom, but she used a part of her soul ability to bring a portion of the sea to life. And now it's about to come down on the Sunny. With the last words from Nami on the page being, hey Luffy, I'm sorry, but I think we're done for. So this is the power of a Yonko. And the thing is, Luffy is still trying to hold his own against Katakuri because Katakuri keeps coming up with ways to keep Luffy on his toes, and Luffy keeps getting bodied here and there. We haven't seen Gear 4th yet, but I have a feeling that's going to come in the future. But as of this point right now, he can't really focus because Katakuri's having Brule going through some of the mirrors, which are still, some mirrors are still on the ship of the Sunny. He's telling Brule to burn the ship or something, or shoot arrows or whatever. Just do something to the ship with the mirrors that are still on there. But so Luffy's trying to have the rest of the Straw Hat crew break all the mirrors so that they can't get in order to keep at least that venue closed. But overall, I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, there's so much going on. We still see more sides of Pudding's two-sided personality, and the fact that out of the two in the couple where they're both head over heels for one another, Sanji is the calm one. Like, every time a reference is made to Pudding and Sanji being a married couple, Pudding passes out, or her head gets set on fire with hearts in her eyes, and she can't handle it. She did let a little bit of her mean side come through and she flipped off Sanji, but that immediately went away as soon as he said something nice to her and she passed out again. So, we still see plenty venues of that. One thing that got me was the fact that Sanji was not only able to recognize what the cake looked like exactly, draw up a diagram of it, but also mark down every single ingredient that was used in the cake, even though he wasn't there to actually see those ingredients be put in. Not by guessing, but by smell. By smelling the cake, he was able to tell what ingredients were in it. That's a powerful nose. And I remember there's a dude that was all the way back on that, what is that arc when they first meet the Baroque Works officers, and they had that one guy that had that devil fruit that turns any part of his body into a bomb. He turned his boogers into a bomb. I recognize him because I seen that portion of the One Piece episode where he was a bomb man or something. He turned his boogers into bombs, but the fact, and I thought that was a powerful nose because explosive boogers, but that's nasty. But the fact that Sanji was able to do all of that and memorize it, then draw down a perfect representation in a diagram, complete with all the ingredients inside, is like, this dude is gonna be the world's best chef. Like, seriously. But there's not much else I can say about this. I mean, Luffy is making sure that all the mirrors on the Sunny are broken so he can focus on fighting Katakuri. And Katakuri is still keeping Luffy on his toes by using a multitude of his mochi abilities in order to keep Luffy at bay. And we see two more introductions of some Charlotte children, Mark Scarpone and Joe Scarpone. I don't know if I'm saying that right, forgive me if I am. But overall, I thought this was a good chapter. I mean, this is setting things up for something extremely dire. Now, here's something that I don't find many people talking about. The fact that there was a part when the Straw Hat Grand Pirate Fleet was initialized. I remember that chapter where after the Straw Hat Grand Pirate Fleet begins, there's like a little side note at the bottom of that one chapter. I'm going to have to go back to the final volume for the Dressrosa arc in order to remember what it was. But there's a distinct description at the end of it that says they may not have known it at the time, but these were set at events that would become a great tragedy or a world-changing event. It was. I'm paraphrasing it, but they said that they may not have known it at the time, but back then, what started out as a Grand Pirate Fleet or whatever would have turned into a great tragedy, or the most tragic. It was something tragic that is said in the last ending notes of that chapter. And my thing is, I always thought that, well, are we just looking at a flashback of what has happened in One Piece? Because when I remember that chapter, it says they may not have known it back then, but this was going to be the set of truly tragic events ahead. So I'm just thinking, is all of this that we're reading a flashback to how the Straw Hat crew became the greatest in the world? Because the way things are looking right now, I mean, the way that this chapter ended, as far as tragedy-wise, it just reminds me of that Dress Wrestle episode. I'm sorry if I stuck on that too long, but that's just been something that's been on my mind for a long time. But I hope you all enjoyed this chapter. I did, because this is setting a lot of things up. I mean, this is another near-death experience that the Straw Hats are about to encounter again. How this is going to turn out, I don't know. Will Jinbei do something? I don't know. Can he manipulate C that's alive? I don't know. But we're going to have to find out. Hello, unknown number. I don't know you. But we're going to have to find out the next time as we continue to read One Piece. So if you give this a good read, let me know what you thought about this chapter. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video. So once again, have a fantastic day. And once again, as always, later, peoples.